Good day, YouTube. It is October 15th, 2022. This is my 1975 Vanguard Citicar, my all-electric 48-volt little plastic car. I'm going to do a quick video. Had some requests. Folks that might know one of these sitting somewhere, what's it cost to get it back on the road? So I'll go over, and I'll try not to miss anything, but, you know, things will happen. Turn the lights on. Cool, huh? That I might forget something. But let's just start off with, what did I pay for this thing? It was advertised on Marketplace at $1,500. It was not in as good a condition as the guy led me to believe it was in the ad. And I probably should have talked him down to $1,000. I talked him to $1,200, and he grabbed it right away, which means I could have got it for $1,000. But you know, things happen. Most expensive thing, of course, right out of the gate were batteries. You can spend whatever, you can spend the world on batteries, right? I just uploaded a video on battery chargers. We got the thing working in there. So batteries, I got these at Costco. Interstate batteries, they're, let me run around and look. I think they're 120 amp hour, 6-volt golf cart batteries, the standard lead acids, right? 210 amp hour. Okay, that's 8 of them. Luckily this had batteries in it, so I got the core. I didn't have to pay core charges for 8 batteries, because that'd have been like 15 bucks a piece. So you'd have $100 or whatever in cores. But for 800 bucks, I changed the batteries. I bought new cable and ends. I have a hydraulic gripper, and I remade my own battery cables in appropriate lengths and etc. So let's say I had 30 bucks in cable parts. So that's that. Next most expensive thing, tires. The tires were 200 bucks, and it cost me $100 to get them mounted and balanced. I can't even believe I need to balance a 12-inch tire that on a vehicle that only goes less than 40 miles an hour. But they did it. I paid $100 to mount them and balance them. So that was 300 bucks for tires mounted and balanced. Next was LED lights and light bulbs, etc. And I might be a little bit off on the pricing and so forth, but I got the double halo LED headlights. I bought 20 of these. If you saw my other video, you know there's 2 of these on the front, 2 on the back. So I had to take 8 of them to make 4 of them, because I cut the LED panels in half so I could make these taillights and turn signals. So let's just say I got $150 in lights, LEDs, and etc. Let's just say $120, because some of these are going to be leftover. I want to put some on my camper, and etc. That included bulbs in here, included bulbs in here, a bulb in here. I actually kind of forgot about the license plate light. I'll have to get to that. I put an ignition switch in it. It was like 15 bucks. I don't like that forward reverse switch. It's pretty old. I got a new one. It's 10 bucks. There was some old meters over here in those holes. They were watching the 2 24-volt battery banks and the 12-volt auxiliary battery, which they had mounted up underneath. And those meters were, you couldn't even read them and such. So I got new ones. I really love the look of these. I got 2 of them in a 30-volt scale for the 24-volt batteries, and then this one in a 15-volt scale. See if we can get it to focus. Better. I love the look, kind of an aircraft gauge look. Here's the 30. So yeah, we got 2 of the 30s. I think they look great. I wish they were backlit. They're not, but it is what it is. So I'm going to have to make a little panel to go over those 3 holes, because it's never going to get anything that will, you know, fit those exactly. So we'll just make a aluminum plate to go over that. I picked up one this morning, actually, if I get a chance to work on that. Battery chargers. We're going to run two 24-volt battery chargers. Again, just uploaded a video on that if you want more details on that. And those were 150 bucks a piece, so $300 in battery chargers. Then we're going to put a 12-volt battery under the dash where the old charger was. It was already set up for one. There's half of a battery box stuff in there. But I put a Group 27 deep cycle battery in. Should be like 120 amp hours, something like that. So it'd be like that one. Under the dash, and it'll also have its own charger. Okay. And that setup is going to be a couple $100. This has a very obnoxious power outlet, not an inlet, but an outlet. And then, so somebody built a death cord on the old battery charger and took the battery charger out of the car. I guess they set it on the ground and then they turned it on and plugged it in there. I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is just scary. I've ordered a J1772 power inlet like you would find on a modern day electric car, so that it can be charged at a public charge station. I've got other videos that we're working on that will detail that. That connector was $50 or $60 Amazon. There's a bunch of crappy wiring in here that maybe today we'll get it yarded out, clean it all up, start over. Right now the gauge right there, let's walk around. It's connected to the battery all the time. So I'll redirect that when I'm doing the wiring on the 12 volt. Obviously it's over full because it's reading the higher output of the battery charger. So what else we do? Oh, put a brake master cylinder in it. I got a video on that if you need the part number or anything. Check that out. And that was in the neighborhood of 60 bucks, I think. What else have we bought for this? I'm sure I'll forget something. As soon as I'm done, I'll remember. You know, there's always the miscellaneous little runs to the parts store, you know, brake fluid or whatever. Oh, the brushes in the motor. They were 50 or 60 bucks. Did a video on that if you needed more information on the brushes in the motor. In the process of breaking that motor in on the bench, I had a used 12 volt battery I was using to run the motor. I did toast that battery. It's junk now. Not that it had any value, but that was that. So that's what I can think of, guys. So you can total that up if you want. Is it worth it? Oh, I don't know. It's a fun project. We drove this. I drove this. Took my wife for a drive. Took my father-in-law for a drive last Sunday. So a week ago tomorrow. And unbelievable amount of response to the public, looking, pointing, laughing. And we drove it to dinner to a nice Italian restaurant last Sunday night, and my wife sat where she could see this in the parking lot at our table and kept me apprised of people stopping and taking pictures, posing with the car, looking it all over, and et cetera. It's just, you know, nobody's ever seen one of these before. So it's fun. That's what it's all about. Have a good time. Oh, the other thing, in my state, Oregon, I had just taken my Chevy Tracker paperwork into DMV, along with this vehicle to DMV, to get title done and tags. And my Tracker, to change title, get new tags, was $185. This one, $503. Because it's electric, you don't pay taxes on the fuel. They get you at DMV. So I actually just changed the title. I didn't get tags on it at the time because I didn't have this thing working. You know, it could take me a couple years or whatever to sort it out. Didn't know what I was up for, but obviously we got it running now. So now I have to go get the tag. So just transferring the title cost me $200. I got another 300 to go to get tags on it. So we'll get that done very soon as we start to drive this thing. What else? I think that's kind of it, guys. Here's where we're headed now. Oh, one more thing. To sort the turn signals out, there's a couple of relays under the dash that one of them doesn't work. So I think it's the way they separate the brake lights and turn signals so they could use the same bulbs. So one of those relays doesn't work. So I bought two of these enclosed relays. They're a 2-pole double throw relay with a base and a little piece of DIN rail to mount them. So I will, when I get deeper into the lights on this little car, I'll get these mounted. There'll be a video on updating these relays. These were 10 or 12 bucks a piece, so get 25 bucks in relays there. That's the one thing I was going to forget. So now let's go back to where we're headed with it. So, and what might we spend? Obviously, we're getting the charger sorted. We talked about that. We're getting the other 12-volt system, run the accessories. We're talking about that. It's just going to take a little bit of rewiring, which won't cost anything. Just a day of your life. We have these little relays to switch out. Once we get all the lights and stuff working as they should, then we're in pretty good shape. This little thing glues underneath this, inside the car, underneath this thing, so, and gives you vents up to your defrosters. So I understand this has a defrost switch and it's got wires going to it, but I don't think there's anything else to it. I don't see a fan, at least on my car, anywhere yet. So that maybe is happening. I told you we're going to set this thing up to be able to charge via a public charge station eventually. Not like we have them here, but might as well do something. I have to change that anyway. Might as well put that J1772 plug in it. I have, or the receptacle, the power inlet or socket as they call it, because I have 3 of the plugs. They're out there in the shed that I had got out of scrap barrel, and I already cut the cords off and reused the cords. Now, of course, I wish I had the cords on them. Hey, stuff happens. I didn't know I was going to have one of these. So I have 3 of the plugs, so we're going to put that receptacle, power inlet, or socket, as they call it, in this car and get that all set up. We've got to reupholster the seat. I'll do that myself. Might have to buy a couple yards of vinyl. But that'll be a good winter project. Seat backs are in good shape. We'll have to make some carpet for it. It's got red carpet. I power washed that carpet and kind of saved it. I think it'd be okay. I'll leave that. So I'll buy some red carpet. We'll put a vinyl edge on it or something. That'll be fine. A little bit of maybe interior fix up. Oh, where's that little latch? There it is. Crash. You know, might build an insulated mat for the rear cargo area, and I don't know if this thing's worth undercoating or not, just to try to make it a little bit quieter. Got to do a little vinyl top for it. One of the bigger things we got to do is plastic repair. I've done a little bit of research. I've got quite a few areas like here that are broke. Obviously somebody pushing on it. But I think I'm going to use Plasti-Weld. It's like a super glue with the little white ABS powder. And we'll start doing all these. We'll do a video on that when it's ready. I got a break in it right there. There's something going on up here on the top. I remember when I looked at it, yeah, right there. So significant. We'll figure out what the best repair for that is. Probably more Plasti-Weld. I don't think I want to use a heat welding process. Door panels just need a little cleaning up. They'll clean up fine. The latches work. I did not get the side windows, so we'll have to make something for that. Probably a frame out of metal, and then take it to a boat place or something and have a, what they call it, isinglass, and have it zippered so you can drop it and put them back. Something like that. That light still doesn't work. Haven't sorted that. I don't know why. What else? Keep looking. Haven't tried to fill the windshield washers up yet. Should be okay. The wiper works. We screwed that mirror back on last week. These corners kind of missing. I got an idea. We can get some red ABS plastic, heat it, bend it, lay it in behind, draw it out, cut it out, weld a piece in. That's what I think we're going to do. Good winter project. Gosh, anything else that I can think of? I think that's kind of where we're headed. So roughly, what have we spent on this thing? Just bought the car and batteries alone. That's $2,000, and probably another 1,000 gets us to the finish line. So $3,000. So we're in that neighborhood, $3,000. When it's all said and done, what's it worth? I don't know. It should be worth. Somebody would probably pay $5,000 for it. Shoot, if gas keeps going the way it is, it'd probably be worth a lot of money. But I don't feel like I'll sell it. So just one of those fun little toys, stacked in here like cordwood with all the other toys, right? Yeah, we got us some toys. All right, guys. That was another quick little video that I wanted to do. And I think today we'll take this thing out and do a speed run because I've got the batteries all at 100% the first time. And let's see if it'll go 38 miles an hour. Look forward to that, right? Guys, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Thumbs up on the way out the door. We'll do this thing again real soon.